Hello everyone and welcome back to the Football Zone, and it's a
new episode of the ChinWag
podcasting. So before we go into the video, please like and subscribe.
Yeah,
please. But we're going to change the formatting of our channel a bit. I'm just going to sort of put this out there before anything changes and stuff like that. We're just going to upload podcasts from now on, so it's going to be one podcast per week on the same day. We're not going to know which day yet.
And we're also going to look at uploading on Spotify.
Yeah, so the ChinWag will come out on like a Monday, Tuesday, and then a podcast will come out
later on,
like in the week.
Stages of the week.
So there'll be 2 videos per week, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that we just thought we'd get it out of the way before we kind of went into today's video, just explaining a bit about it. But we're here, the ChinWag.
Talk about the weekend of football, what's happened.
And as a Newcastle fan, I'm incredibly happy.
You've had a good weekend.
Oh, well, I've had a good midweek and then weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was midweek we played against...
I don't know, you're the Newcastle supporter here.
Well, I didn't watch either of the games because I couldn't, because I'm pretty sure one was a 3 o'clock kickoff and then the other one was...
No,
I was at work.
No, it was last weekend you played Fulham.
Oh no, I did watch the Fulham game. I did watch the Fulham game. I tell a lie because I talked about the ChinWag, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. A good weekend again for us, Bruno
Guimaraes.
Just what a footballer he is. Bruno.
Shut up.
What a footballer he is. And I'm so lucky we've got him. He could have went to Arsenal and he chose to come to the mighty Toon. We got that bread.
This is the money.
We got that bread.
Money.
But, I mean, it was all around good performance. I didn't get to watch the game. I watched the highlights.
Injured for you, by the way.
Mate, honestly, I don't know.
I just asked because I saw someone post a meme saying, like, Wilson's like a loaf of bread is just easily crumble. But I don't know if he went off injured or not. I'm not sure.
Honestly, genuinely, probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure he's... No, because he got an assist. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he got an assist.
Miggy Almiron.
So the comments we've previously made about Miggy Almiron, I'd like to take back.
We or you?
You also said them as well, so you can.
You're in Newcastle, but you've said worse about Almiron than I have.
Well,
off camera as well.
Yeah. Let me just say, Miggy Almiron, like before Eddie Howe came in, had about, I think it was 40 games where he didn't actually have a goal contribution. So I think you understand where my comments were being made before the season, because
he's so garbage though. What was that game that he scored the other day and that he fell into, like the other week, fell into the ball and scored, like he rolled into it and still scored?
Well,
Don't do that.
It was the City. Was it the City one?
I don't know. He scored with his knee or something.
I think it was against City.
Still awful. Still not a good footballer.
Yeah, I think it was against City because I remember like screaming, "I love Almiron!" Because
5 minutes beforehand, you were saying some choice words about him. Though.
Yeah. I think that's also a thing we should look at doing. Just saying that on camera.
What?
If we're ever off at the same time on the weekend. Which will never happen.
Yeah, which never happens.
Maybe he's doing a live watch through, obviously not having it on the screen, but live reactions.
Yeah, as long as it's not watching Newcastle or Liverpool play, because
we'll lose monetization instantly.
Yeah, we have a lot of things to say about us to play football.
Unless we actually, the first ever one we do, it should be a Liverpool versus Newcastle live reaction game. We should have done it for the last one. That would have been great because there would have been uproar.
Yeah, exactly. Which
there was a lot of choice words.
Like.
Yeah, there was a lot of choice words that I was saying that day.
Well, what other matches happened on Saturday? Obviously, you tonked
Brentford 5-1. Beautiful.
5-1.
Beautiful.
City beating Southampton 4-0. Just a given. Haaland scoring a game, which is a given.
Their football is just unstoppable.
Do you know what? Jack Grealish is actually playing well,
which is good to see. But just not playing as well as Miggy Almiron.
He can't get those goal contributions, which Guardiola said £100 million plays. He hasn't been bought for that.
£100 million winger.
He's a forward, he's a winger. We spent £100 million on him, but we're not bothered if he gets any goals or assists. As long as he affects the game.
What was one of the most creative players in the Premier League before the.
But I mean, he is playing really well and he is getting himself involved. He just can't get goals and assists.
The funny thing is, it was off the back of that awful game he had against Dortmund.
Yeah.
He had an awful game Champions League against Dortmund, and then played the game after against Wolves, and got a goal within a minute.
He got man of the match in the Champions League midweek.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, every single player who goes on good form, there's a turning point for them. Yeah. There's always that one game that is like pivotal towards their success, and clearly it was that kick up the backside that he needed against Dortmund.
Yeah.
To think, right, okay, I need to just change my game a little bit. I need to adapt this. He might have had a conversation with Pep after that game, and said
probably,
and he might have had a 1-to-1, and it was just like, and Pep would have been like, look, you need to just relax. Just take, like, he might have been like stressed the fact that he was £100 million player. He might not have said it, and he might not have admitted it.
It weighs on everyone's mind.
It 100% would have weighed on his mind.
Of players these days, it drops on everyone, which I think the way we talk about money in football these days is crazy. I mean, do you see how much Haaland?
£900,000 a week.
So apparently,
it's like guaranteed bonuses.
£375,000 a week basic. And then his bonuses are apparently achievable, which if they are achievable, then he's smashing them now.
Well, it was apparently guaranteed bonuses. That's what they're called.
£900,000.
I'm going to guess there's an appearance fee. There's going to be a goal clause.
When everybody ever talks about like goal scoring bonuses for signing strikers, it always reminds us of that Harry Redknapp. You want a goal bonus? Just striker. It's what he gets paid for.
Which is
which is true. Like, you buy a striker to score you the goals.
It's like, what are we paying you wages for? Just to be here. Just to exist in our club. Yeah. With specific, you don't get, well, obviously you get clean sheet bonuses and stuff now with goalkeepers, but like,
bonuses are just mental though. Like, you're getting paid a hell of a lot of money to kick the ball.
The thing is though, as they're called bonuses, I think it's so they can get around tax a little bit. Yeah. I don't know the specifics. HMRC, stay away from me. But like, I don't know any of the specifics on how those bonuses would work. But they may get taxed less on bonuses. So £600,000 realistically is 2/3 of the amount that they'd be receiving.
That tax bill will be mental.
The tax bill will be mental, but how much of it is genuinely being taxed because it's bonuses?
Oh, that's another story.
Because 2/3 of his wages are bonuses. £600,000 is bonuses. So
that's a bonus and a half, that, isn't it?
Clearly, he's gonna have landmark. He's gonna have a gold landmark.
He earns that much money, and he still waltzes around the streets of Manchester with nobody around him, just himself.
That video of that guy.
Yeah, that guy just recording him. He's just walking.
He was like, "Come to United."
You're on the wrong side of Manchester. I think he's on the right side of Manchester.
Yeah, clearly.
But Chelsea picking up form as well under Graham Potter.
Do you know what? I saw a meme on Instagram.
What is it? The one that I'm thinking of? How Graham Potter's changed his look.
Yeah. He had no hair like on the top and didn't have much hair here. And had a bunch of hair here. Then now he's got a skin fade.
He's got a beard. His beard's sharpened, like shaped up into his skin fade. He's got a nice little flick going. He's got a tan. I'm like, what's happening?
Then he's got his like hair down as well. I'm like, jeez.
He looks surprised. He's wearing suits instead of tracksuits.
Completely changed.
What a guy.
Clearly, the second you move to London, there's a change.
But Ahmed Broha scored his first goal for Chelsea, and we said that in one of our club revamp video about Chelsea. We're like,
just give him time.
He needs to play.
Give him time.
He needs chances to play, and I mean, Graham Potter coming in will give youngsters chances. I'm gonna assume he seems like that type of coach, young English manager.
Tarek Lamptey.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, on the conversation of English manager, if Southgate got sacked. And you know what? To be fair, I had this conversation with a person at work.
Yeah.
I don't want us to do well at the World Cup.
Just so Southgate can get sacked. But would the FA sack him though?
I think this is a topic of conversation for another podcast, so let's save it. Let's keep on ChinWag.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to speak to you after this. And I've got a good podcast idea.
Okay.
But anyway, what happened this weekend?
Leicester getting beat off Bournemouth. They were 1-0 up and got beat off Bournemouth 2-1.
I didn't even say that. That's a relegation scrap, that.
A 6-pointer at this stage already. I mean...
Well, Leicester beat... Also, Leicester beating... whatchamacallit?
And also...
Forest the other week. Did we even talk about that on the last chamber? Because I think it might have been on the Monday.
Yeah, it was Monday Night Football, that.
And we didn't... And we recorded it on the Monday morning.
Yeah.
So... I think we would have spoke about it being a 6-pointer in the last ChinWag, but obviously Madison shining yet again.
Yeah. He needs to be on that plane.
Yeah, I mean, realistically...
Undoubtedly need to be on that plane. Like, the guy's incredible. And he's just playing in the struggling Leicester side, and he's still standing out in the Premier League. Like, he's not standing out at Leicester, he's standing out in the Premier League in terms of his goals and assists. But I know we mentioned Dortmund as well, though.
Yeah.
Dortmund Bayern Munich this weekend, 2-2 draw. Bayern Munich 2-0 up. The young Mikuko,
Yeah.
who seems like he's been like 17, 18 for like the past
5-6 years.
Yeah, he scored, and then Modeste scored 93rd minute. Absolutely saint. They'd lost.
Yeah, if you're listening to me now, give Schlotterbeck an inform card because he got an assist. I've got his want to watch card. Please, thanks.
They'd lost like, I can't remember, like...
There was 8 no.
Was it eight derbies without
a win?
Without
8
a win?
winless derbies. Yeah.
Yeah. No. They've
8
lost
losses.
8 derbies in a row.
Wow, that's something. But the thing is, though...
But it's Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga. But then again, they've been on... What, they've drew the last 3 or 4 in the Bundesliga now, Bayern Munich. They're on bad form. Union Berlin's top because they won again last night, Union Berlin.
Jesus
Union
Christ.
Berlin is still top of the Bundesliga, which is
I'll get the Bundesliga up.
crazy to think about because they played Bayern Munich not so long ago as well and got something against them. So
It's Union Berlin and Freiburg who are top. Well, top.
which is absolutely incredible to see,
I
and
really
it's the
hope-
same with you.
Didn't Union
Serie A.
Berlin have a relegation scrap last season?
Yeah, I think, but it's the same with Serie A now.
I'm actually going to get that up
the
because I can't.
the Juventus.
Oh no, they didn't. They finished 5th last
Oh,
season.
did they?
Yeah.
I might be in the season.
No, I
before.
swear they've only just like recently been promoted, like not that long ago.
Yeah, but it's the same with Serie A and Juventus. The fact that Juve aren't winning the title season in season out now, which is nice to see because Serie A is one of the most competitive leagues in the world. Probably is the most competitive league in the world now.
So Union Berlin got promoted in the 2019-20 season.
And then finished 5th and now are top of the league.
So they finished 11th in the first season that they came
Yeah.
up in. The season after that, they finished 7th.
Yeah.
Season after that, they finished 5th.
And now
And
the
this
top.
season, currently the top of the league. I mean, on trajectory, they win.
Who's that gaffer?
Well, we'll find out.
They're doing a hell of a job. If he's brought them through all of that. He's been in charge for the last few seasons.
I'm gonna have a look at some of the news. Just keep on talking. I'm gonna look at the news.
But yeah, Milan beat Juventus at the weekend 2-0, which again is nice to see the decline of Juventus. I'm not gonna
Did you
lie.
see Rafael Leao just completely toying with Juve the entire
He's
game?
such a good player.
And I like to see
Rafael Leao is class.
The thing is, in that league, you've got not many players that are like that, like showboaters.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm enjoying the Serie A the last few seasons
last
because
showboater
Juve
that-
isn't.
yeah, the last showboat I can remember genuinely is El Shaarawy in the Serie A.
He still
Everyone was
plays
just-
in the Serie A.
I know,
He's
but
in
like,
Roma, but you never.
or Berardi. Remember him?
Yeah.
He still plays for probably.
You seen Ribery's retiring on Serie A because he plays for Fiorentina.
Oh.
He's retiring and he said knee issues, age and knee issues. He's 39-year-old, so.
I mean,
not
realistically, he said he was retiring when he was at Bayern because he also had injuries,
yeah,
and then he ended up playing for like 3 more seasons.
he's retiring. which is
it's sad. It's sad to see that that's the end to Ribery's career. Ballon d'Or.
that's an end to Robin and Ribery.
Well, it was like 3 seasons ago.
A bit longer than that, actually, isn't it? No.
3-4
But
seasons.
both of them left by Munich. Yeah. No, wait. Robin might still be playing
No, he's not.
second division Dutch football because he went back to his hometown team. I swear.
No, I think he's coaching at like a youth
I don't know.
something.
Um,
I watched a bit of the Arsenal Liverpool game, and Lewis White being a Liverpool fan. Before you go into it, I'm just going to talk about a few things.
referees,
Yeah.
VR, I hate them completely.
So if that game was officiated by our rules,
We made a video about this.
So
on TikTok
our
about this.
VR
We made something about this.
we've made a podcast on it,
Yeah, we made a TikTok about it as
and
well.
we made a TikTok, so you can just go check
To
those
follow
out.
our socials.
Go watch our VR podcast. It's great. Go watch it, please. It genuinely is a good video.
It was just being vexed for like half an hour.
If you followed our rules, the first offside wouldn't have been offside, like as in terms of the goal, and there wouldn't have been any controversy around
But
it.
Saka was offside in the squad.
Technically, he was offside,
But he's
by
offside.
their rules. By their rules,
Yeah,
a tiny
the
bit.
rules
Is,
that they don't follow. He's offside.
but what the thing is though, by our ruling,
Yeah.
he was onside because a part of his body was onside, and we've just got to look at it that way. Realistically, that is technically it should be onside. The handball for Gabriel, I don't understand what the referees were thinking on that one. It was a clear handball.
Yeah.
I think the penalty still should have stood for Arsenal. It was on the line, but I think realistically it should have. But you should have also had a penalty as well. That's just my ruling.
right,
personally.
so
That's just me saying it straight up.
Liverpool fans do my head in. Like the ones that you see on TikTok all the time. Like
Yeah.
Paddy and everyone. The way they talk just is stupid, and then like everyone then goes, Liverpool fans are this. It's not all of us. It's really not all of us. It's not me. Like I'm honest about things. But last night, I'm not going to say it was a robbery because Arsenal are playing really well. And I said before the game, if we get a point out of this, I'm happy. But if we have a decent performance, I'm also going to be sort of happy because the way we're playing. And we played alright. And
I think there was at times that there was a bit of just complacency.
yeah, but that's been us all season. So on those, right, Saka was offside, shouldn't have counted. I'm being a Liverpool fan. Saka was offside, shouldn't have counted. We should have had a penalty, and they shouldn't have had that penalty. Sorry, that was not a penalty. But anyway,
I agree
So
on
it's-
2 of the points, but I think
that's those things.
it was borderline. I could understand why it was given as a penalty. I've got to be honest.
Obviously, there's a big controversy over the Henderson and Gabriel bus stuff. I have nothing to say on it because I have no idea what happened. People are saying, "Oh, because of Firmino's reaction, Henderson was definitely racist."
I think he was just confused to what was going on. I don't. If I'm being honest, if you look at what Henderson's pushed for, I don't understand why.
I think everyone's reactions that you're seeing is what people are saying Henderson said, and everyone's just like, "That's not Henderson."
Because
that sort of reaction, like
he was the one that pushed for the gay pride, well, not the gay pride, like the sort of LGBTQ pride thing.
yeah, and like
And
he's
they've
been
got
a massive part of discrimination in football and all that sort of stuff.
They've
in our
got like
time.
a captain's WhatsApp or whatever.
Yeah.
Or a captain's.
He made that.
Yeah, so he's leading that in the Premier League,
So
and he was a big advocate for the knee
yeah.
and
So
BLM.
whatever
so I
he
don't
said
really
has
understand.
upset Gabriel, but we don't know what said, so I'm not gonna
Make any comments
comment on it.
realistically.
But on the
I just wouldn't have thought he was the type of person.
no.
I'm just being honest. Like my initial reaction, I don't get it.
He said something that's upsetting, but his Gabriel
he may have called him
something.
a word that
Yeah.
Gabriel may have misconstrued for something else.
Yeah.
he may have called him. Like, I mean, he's from the northeast. The CUNT was used quite a lot up here.
Yeah.
As much as it's used in Australia.
True.
But
said it different.
There might have been a bit of a language barrier there in terms of him calling him that or calling him something.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, if you swear at someone and it's not a racial slur, it's just calling someone something.
So he said something.
He's clearly upset Gabriel, but we don't.
But we don't
I'm
know
not going
what's
to
been
comment
said.
yet.
It's pending investigation, probably. So we'll see what comes out of it from that.
I hope something does get. I want to know exactly what's been said.
Yeah.
Like, even if he's called him that word that I was saying, I won't say it because we'll get instantly demonetized.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, you walk down the street and you can call someone that, and it's just that at the end of the day, but you've just insulted someone. It's not that bad. It's not that deep.
Something's been said, but anyway. On Liverpool, I'll make it short and sweet, even though I can rant about it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I said this last season, going into the summer, that personally I would have got rid of about 6 players, and I said this 2 years ago. I wanted us to completely change our tactics and the way we play, because Klopp's been here for 7 years. We've been competing for trophies for 4 or 5 years. When Guardiola's been at City for a similar amount of time, they first came in, they were playing rock and roll style football, counter attack, get the byline, pull the ball back. Don't care how many we concede, we're going to outscore you.
Yeah, I mean, which
slowly evolved to controlling the game, tic-tac football. That we used to play counter-attack, high press football, and it worked until about 2 seasons ago. Everyone figured us out, and we were like, "Oh crap, we don't know how to play football anymore," and we still haven't figured it out.
The thing is with City, they have a starting formation, but if you look at their positioning on the pitch,
in game
their positioning on the pitch is just not even like a formation that can be made up.
Yeah.
Cancelo and Walker go to where De Bruyne and Silva would be in centre midfield. Rodri drops in between the 2 centre backs. The centre backs are in left back and right back.
Yeah.
And then De Bruyne and Silva in pockets where
the pockets, and then
you've got your wingers holding the byline.
Yeah.
And then you've got your striker in Haaland waiting in the centre to run straight into the box.
Yeah,
which realistically is a system that's perfectly set up.
But City have constantly evolved and changed over the years. We haven't. I mean, I said earlier, as I say, opposite, we give James Milner a new contract.
If you looked at City, not last season but the season before, they were playing with their wingers on the byline, and not the wingers, sorry, the right and left back on the byline, and the wingers playing as inverted, and they'd come inside.
Now it's switched.
And now the wingers
holding the
no, they're not even holding the width. The inside, the wingers holding the width.
The wingers are holding the width, and the full backs are inside, which pushes the 2 midfielders in front of Rodri. They push into those pockets, and they come
it's
in.
just overload, and then the centre backs and the midfielders are like, who do I even pick up in this situation?
And then you've still got your defensive cover at the back,
and it's making those triangles.
But to go back to Liverpool, the way we used to play is obviously Fabinho would drop. So we've always played 4-3-3 for God knows how many years, and I'm fed up of it. But so our wingers push high up, as high as they can get up. Trent sometimes comes inside.
Yeah.
And then you would have Fabinho drops in, so that allows Roberto to push up. Henderson drops in, that allows Trent to push up. But then everyone's figured that this is why Trent's a scapegoat for everything with Liverpool, is because Trent's always going up with the positions that he's told to play. He's told to, like, yes, there's games like Napoli where, yes, defensive laps, but every player has that. I mean, everyone thinks Ramos is the best defender of all time. The man's got like 30 red cards. You can't be that world class of a defender. If you get a red card, you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
So Trent's always up where he's told to be, but nobody's covering anymore. But everyone knows where the space is.
Yeah.
Every single team in the league knows exactly where to exploit us, and that's what everyone's doing. And Trent's getting the backlash for it. So why haven't we, in pre-season, changed formation and changed tactics?
If you played in a 4-2-3-1, the problems that you would be having wouldn't be appearing.
That's what we've started. So we played it first game against Rangers midweek, and
it
won.
worked.
We played it yesterday against Arsenal, and we played a whole lot better. Granted, we got beat, but questions on the referees, blah blah blah. But we played well. But what I'm saying is, why don't we just drop and if any team's struggling, go 3 at the back. Play 3-4-3.
And it would, if I'm being honest, it would
play
work.
3-4-3. I said this as I say. Get your defensive structure in 3 at the back. You've always got those 3 defenders there.
I think it would work quite well with you.
You've then got your 2 full backs, or your 2 wing backs now can be high and wide holding it, and they don't have to be too concerned about dropping back because you've got your 3 defenders there. You've then got your 2 midfielders sat in front who are going to screen, and then it gives you license for your 3 up front to do what they want. Why haven't we changed? It makes no sense why we haven't developed our tactics and formation.
If you played that, so you play Kanate, Matip, Van Dijk,
yeah, or even Gomez, Van Dijk, and Kanate. Because Gomez is quicker and can cover that ground, and I really like Gomez.
I mean, also Gomez has played it in right back, and Kanate's played it left back.
In all honesty, Matip was one of the players I wanted rid of in the summer, but Gomez, Van Dijk, Kanate for me, and then Thiago Fabinho in front of them 2, Trent, Robbo, and then your front 3. I mean, you've got 5 players to choose from there.
I think that would give Salah a lot more freedom in that sort of position, because he's not having to constantly hug that byline for that width.
So you'd have Diaz, Nunes, Salah, or Jota, Firmino, Salah, and this, that, and the other.
In that formation, I don't think Firmino would work well at all.
Firmino's playing well this season, though.
Just because, as you have 2 midfielders, you kind of need that forward outlet. You can't constantly have this person dropping in.
No, but I would have Nunes as our striker, and then 2 10s, or even potentially can play as a striker and then 2 10s again. So like I say, with having 5 players who can kind of play in those 3 positions, then get your rest, play again, get your rest.
May I add something about Darwin Núñez? I don't see what people are saying in him. I don't think he's a good footballer. Like, I've watched games, he doesn't have much ball control. He's got so much aggression. His shooting accuracy is awful. His passing's awful. His dribbling's awful.
I'm seeing bits in him, but he's got a long way to go.
Like his position in the box. If you compare him to Haaland knows exactly where to be.
This is what I'm going to say. Whoever ever at the start of the season started the debate of Haaland and Núñez, stupid, because yes, he came for a high fee, more than Haaland, but you've got to remember Haaland's with the release clause. He would have went for a hell of a lot more if he didn't have that release clause. But yes, it came for like similar fees. But Haaland is just a completely different beast to Núñez. Núñez has come from the Portuguese league. Yes, Luis Diaz came in January, hit the ground running, but not everybody hits the ground running. You've got to give people the chance. And because whatever bloody Liverpool fan made that debate saying Núñez is going to be better than Haaland, stupid, because you put unnecessary pressure on him. Now everyone instantly compares Haaland to Núñez. Stupid debate. Stupid debate.
On that, Haaland, Núñez, just Haaland, his awareness is so much better. His aggression for the wanting the ball is more. Like, Darwin Núñez always wants to just hit the player for some reason. It's like he's so centered around wanting to beat the player instead of just getting the ball. I don't get it. I just don't understand.
All honestly, I think Núñez is going to come good for us, given time. But the issue is we don't have that time right now because of how much we're struggling.
I think you have to play Jota.
Yeah, I agree with that. But because of how much we're struggling right now, then you look at your scapegoat players who's just been signed for big money in the summer. Núñez, okay, why isn't he performing? Who's supposed to be the best generational talent? Trent, okay, so why isn't he performing?
You've got to blame someone. You've got to.
Yeah,
there's someone to blame. not even that, but sometimes it's got to be the play sometimes as well.
Yeah,
like,
but
like realistically, at the end of the day, those are the ones that's kicking the ball.
But with us, it's
you can't keep on blaming like coaches. And that.
But with us, it's never really been the coaches. But to me personally, now it is. I think, and if anyone's saying Klopp out is stupid, but
I think he just needs to refresh.
Yeah,
they need to stop. They need to go. Wait a second.
Personally, I think it's coaches in the board at our issue because obviously if
the coaches always take instructions from Klopp though. So realistically,
that's what I'm saying.
If it's the coach's fault, it's Klopp's fault.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. The coach and staff, which includes Klopp.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming the coaches. I'm blaming Klopp, coaches, board, because. Like, the reason why I'm saying board is because I'm saying in the summer we should have got rid of a lot of players who have been here for a long time and brought in fresh. Yeah. So that goes down to...
Your squad's too old.
That goes down to board. We're dishing out massive contracts, whatever. That goes down to board. But then if you look at coach and Klopp managing system, then that's where you've got to change your tactics and things like that. So then that's why I pin it down to them. And that's why... all the blame's getting put on the players, but personally, I'm not putting blame on players right now.
So your squad's quite old. You got
big time. All of our players are approaching 30 or into like.
You've gave them contracts 30s.
Though. Yeah, I know.
And
which is
players like
aggravating the life out of us.
Players like Henderson. Players like I can't even begin to think.
We're giving like everyone. Big contract, and we haven't thought about it right because then they're coming to the end of the contract. Right, okay, so we need to either give them a contract or there's potential of letting them go for free, and then they're like, oh, panic, right, give them a contract.
Just let them go.
Let them, honestly, like, we've
you
had
just
these
wasting
players,
more money. You're wasting more money.
We've had these players for so long. Like, yes, Mane is a big miss for us, but it was time for him to go. Mm-hmm. And it was good that we brought, like, Nunes is seen as his replacement coming because it came in the same transfer.
Diaz that realistically,
but it was Diaz who was realistically Mane's replacement. But Nunes coming in was good because we haven't had a proper striker for a while, and it changed how we play and things like that. So that was good. Youth coming in, Diaz youth coming in, but then we're given all these big contracts, and I'm like, what's our thinking here? If Salah really wanted to leave, Salah go. If Firmino wanted to leave, let him go. Henderson, let him go. Matip, let him go. Let them leave. We don't have to be this club where we're clinging on to.
Do you know what?
Right? Stay forever.
Do you know who I think would work very well in your system? Serge Gnabry, right winger. I think he would be a good addition to your team as a solid replacement. He's 25-year-old, so he's in his prime.
Do you know what it is? There's a list of players that I would want.
Not just because he also has an afro as well. I think he's not as fast as
don't need it though.
Yeah, but good footballers. He's good on the ball. He's very disciplined. He's a lot more disciplined than Salah. And he's played in that German system where
Salah used to be disciplined until he started thinking he's the best player on the planet, and then he just
yeah. So I think personally, I'd bring Serge Gnabry in January. Like, if you're signing him from Bayern, I don't think it's going to be a big asking fee.
Like, there was no. Will be because I'm sure he signed a new contract in the summer because there was rumours of him leaving, and then he decided to say. But I don't know. There's a few players that we need to bring in and get rid of, but that's me and my thinking.
A new winger because you need to replace Salah.
Like, Salah needs to go, but he's just signed a new contract again.
But the thing is, you can sell him.
Issues.
I can see Chelsea wanting to buy him.
Salah needed to go. Firmino needed to go. Mane needed to go.
And that's coming back to your point.
Teep.
It's coming back to your point, where they were like, "Oh my God, Salah is out of contract. Give him it. Just give him it. We can't lose him. We can't lose him." And they just panicked. But
let them leave and bring in new players. But anyway, that's. Going on Liverpool. Fine.
Yeah, we've just talked about Liverpool for 20 minutes. Any other football that we need to talk about? United, Everton last night.
Yeah,
I don't think that Man United's third goal should have been ruled out. There was a similar goal that Antonio scored the other day.
Ronaldo got his 700th club career goal.
Congratulations, Mr. Wash.
On that, Ronaldo. West Ham picking up a bit of form as well. They're looking good.
Fulham struggling.
They just needed a gel. Palace beating Leeds. That's sort of mid-table battle. So
interesting. I didn't even.
bad.
Honestly, I've been at work all weekend, so I'm apologising. I haven't seen much of the football.
Barcelona won again last night, which puts them top. And
Frank Kessie 1 win away from getting an upgrade on FIFA.
Frank Kessie's injured.
Oh, but it's Barcelona.
He was on the bench. And no, he wasn't in the squad.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not-
I'm not an ultimate team player, you know that.
It's if Barcelona get like 3 wins,
Okay.
even in the squad or not.
Well, Ter Stegen kept another clean sheet, which means they've still only conceded
Stegen's back.
one goal this season. Yeah, they've conceded 1 goal this season in
In the
8
league.
games in the league. They've scored 20, conceded 1. So Barcelona look
Did
good.
Lewandowski score last night?
No, it was Pedri who scored.
Oh yeah, because
Pedri? 1-0. Any other talking points from the weekend?
I mean, just again reiterating the point that VAR need to have monthly meetings.
Our news that came out like an hour ago. Young midfielder of Brighton's retired, 24-year-old.
What's his name?
Just do that. Yeah, begins with an M. I don't know how to pronounce it. You have to do that. It was some generic heart condition or something, hereditary heart condition. Enoch Mwepu.
Does it?
Butchered probably. Yeah, retired age of 24 because of
He was alright.
hereditary
I swear he was a
heart
starter.
condition. Yeah, by the looks of it, he was. So sad news on that behalf, and wish him well. He probably is going to go into coaching.
What's that? Oh my god.
But yeah, that came out today. But any other talking points from the weekend?
I think that's about it.
Apart from go follow our socials and like and subscribe and all
yeah.
the good stuff.
I was gonna say Instagram, TikTok will obviously be linked below as per usual. We said at the start of the video we're changing our sort of format, so just
And
change.
watch out for the space because we are possibly going to start uploading on Spotify.
So if you are night shift workers, we were gonna try and do something to do with that, and also
Taunton.
we'll probably just do a promo video soon. But watch out for another channel coming soon as well. But other than that about wraps up today, doesn't it?
Yeah, thanks for watching.
So here's later.
Goodbye.